Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Jesper Offersen and today we are going to talk about a sheet mask. We are going to talk about a sheet mask from Garnier, so Garnier Skin Active, and it looks like this. And Garnier, they promise that this product is a soothing product and it is super hydrating. So for good measure they have just added a little bit of hyaluronic acid, as most sheet masks nowadays do. So anyway, it also has a chamomile in it, and that is supposed to be soothing for the skin and so on. It also has something else in it from a plant, and that is, they don't say kind of like it's from that plant and so on, but it has an ingredient that is called a PLUMP acid, and that is basically a preservative. But also what it does is that it masks if there are some unpleasant odors in the product. So it is, I would say, relatively high up on the list. It is kind of like number 4 of the ingredients. So water, and then you have propylene glycol, and you have glycerin, and then you have PLUMP acid. So the two other ones after water, so that is propylene glycol and glycerin, they are both humectants. And with the propylene glycol, it also works in the way that it actually helps with it helps the product make sure that those products that are in the product, so the ingredients, they sink better into your skin. So kind of like propylene glycol, it disrupts the moisture barrier a little bit, so that the active ingredients can sink into your skin a little bit better. And I use that ingredients as well when I make my own serums, and I take it from a bottle like this. Yeah, that is just something I add a little bit of when I make my own serums. But usually you will find that ingredient in a lot of skincare products, mainly because it helps with having all the active ingredients going into your skin much better. Or that is the idea behind it. So what else can we say about the ingredients list? Well, there are some there are castor oil, so hydrogenated castor oil, and various other stuff in it, but mainly what we have here is something that will hydrate your skin. So that is mainly for the glycerin and then hyaluronic acid, I would say. So I actually used it earlier today, and as always with this sort of sheet mask, I would say you use it, and after that when you take it off, then it kind of like leaves the skin kind of like hydrated, yes, but also very clear, or like they usually don't make the skin look red in any way. It kind of like makes the skin look the opposite of red, so kind of like what you would call clear. And that will last for a little bit, and then I would say that when the stuff evaporates, the color will come back into your cheeks again. Anyway, let's have a look at it. It looks like normal sheet mask does. It has this sort of, not all sheet masks have that, but this sheet mask here has this sort of a plastic layer on one side, and that is to help then when you are unfolding it, it should be easier to unfold, because some of them are just basically a mess, and some of them, even that it has this, usually often they are blue, I would say, but kind of like this, if you can see that, if I just put it the right way. So this would be the front. You put it on like that, and if we just have a little go at it, then you can see how it is supposed to be working. So I would just clear my skin. I don't have any sort of UV filter on, so I don't have a sunscreen on today. I just have my normal stuff on. So if we just wipe that off. So this is a microfiber cloth, and I don't have any makeup on or anything like that, so I don't need to go in with any sort of oil double cleanser or stuff like that. Like that. And then we take this one here. And one thing you will notice, and maybe you have already noticed when you're using this sort of a sheet mask, is that the eyes are very small. You can look through, yeah. But when you put it on your face, you will find that they're not big enough. So basically what I do is I take some scissors, oopsie daisy, and then I just cut it a little bit bigger at the eyes, particularly towards the sides. So a little bit more like that. And then I like to cut a little bit more at the nose as well. So you can see it just goes like that up here and up there. But I like to cut it a little bit more. So we just cut it like that. I find with this one here, the mouth is big enough. So we make sure that the blue stuff is on the outside, and then we put it on like that. Ooh, and it's very cold. I mean, even if you have it in room temperature, they are unpleasantly cold. So I would say there's no need to put it into the fridge unless you really like a sort of a cold shock or something like that. And then it usually when you have this blue stuff still sitting on, it will feel a bit small, but once you take it off, then it becomes much easier to handle, and you can stretch it a little bit more. So voila, like that, and you just pull it as you like, and smear it on. Like I would say, there is a good amount of this stuff in it. So what I do, I will show you just in a minute. So I will just let this one here sit for 15 minutes, and then we will be back, and I will show you what I will do, what the remaining stuff in the sachet, which is here. So see you in a bit. So now 15 minutes has passed, and we can take it off. It starts to be a bit more dry, but it doesn't dry up as such. But obviously it's more dry than when you put it on. So yeah, let's see what happened, if I got completely red in the face or something like that. I don't think I did, but let's see. Like that. So that is yeah, just put that one there. And then we have a little bit extra in here, and we just have a look at the face. I would say it, as I said in the beginning, always when you use a mask like this, I think the skin looks much more white in my case, so more what they would call clear, and that is basically just because of all the moisture that has been put in. If you just splashed a lot of water on your face, immediately after it will kind of like look more refreshed or more clear in the skin. So what I will do now is I will just take the remaining parts here, or the remaining stuff that's in here, because there is a little bit, quite a lot, I would say. So it comes out like this. So you could either, as I will do now, use it now, or you could just leave it for tomorrow and then put it on your face tomorrow. But I will just put a little bit more on here, and I will obviously try to avoid getting it into the eyes. But I will put it over my lips and just make sure that I don't lick it up. So yeah, like that. And it is, there is, I would say there is quite a lot of the stuff, so it will take a little while for it to completely sink in. But just before it sinks in, and what I will just do is I will put it on my neck as well, because you don't want the neck to look like it belongs to someone else. So to make it look, it has the same age. Like that. And then I will take my moisturizer, and now it is in the evening, so I will use a moisturizer that is a little bit more fat than I use in the daytime, and mainly because where I am it's winter, so the air can be a little bit more dry, and particularly indoors when you are having the radiators going on, or the central heating going on. So I will use this one here from Ambreolis, and that is the Le Crème Concentré. So that is it's relatively fat, and I wouldn't use it during the day, but I will just squeeze out what little there is left in this one here. You can see I've used it before. So we just take that out a little bit. That should be plenty, a lot, kind of like that. And then I will mix it with the hydrating booster from Simple. I always do that. And sometimes if I feel that this is too fat, I will just use this one here, the Le Crème Fluide instead, which is much more less fat, so it's a lighter cream. You just mix them together quite easily. So before this stuff I just had on my face, before that dries completely up, I will put this concoction on, like that. And now you can actually see how I do in the evening, because there might be people thinking I'm using a whole lot of cream, but what I do is that I just go over the face very gently, and then I deliberately wait with my forehead, because I feel that on the forehead, this stuff that I just put on, or anytime I put a serum on, it always sinks in last on my forehead, so that's why I leave it a little while. And it is actually, as I can feel now here, it is very much more wet than compared to the rest of my face. So I will just let it sit like that, and then just leave it to have time to sink in. So this is obviously a very oily cream, or very fat cream, and that's why I will just use it in the evening. I don't use it every day. It's just usually I use the fluid version here, but I just feel at the moment, because it is so cold outside and we have the radiator going on, that I need a little bit more. And then as you see, I don't use an eye cream, I just use this stuff here, but then I go gently over the eyes like this. I just kind of like dab a little bit on like that. And now, even though this is a very fat cream, it has kind of like sunk in. So yeah, like that. And then it's still wet on my forehead, and that is simply because I think the skin up there doesn't absorb as much moisture as the cheek area. Maybe because the skin there is a little bit more thin. So yeah, like that. And then I just usually spend an awful lot of time just evening out the cream like that. Yeah, and then obviously I use the rest for my hands. So as it is evening time, I will not use a sunscreen, of course, but at the moment I do have this one here from Paula's Choice. So that is an SPF of 30, and it is a mineral based one. So if you would like to see what I have to say about this one here, look out for some of my other videos that will be coming up, because I do have something to say about this one here, but I am actually waiting to have a reply from Paula about this one here, because there is a little issue with it, I think. So yeah, if you would like to see that one, or if you would like to see any other videos that I am making about skincare and stuff like that, please subscribe, hit the bell, and do all those things. Must do not to be notified when I upload more of this sort of videos. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye.